This is your handy video on the Swift Conqueror 645. So I start off at the front of the van, where you have your Alco hitch head and stabiliser. So lift up the back handle like so, then tow ball slots in like so, handle slots down, back of the stabiliser locks the tow ball into place like so, and you will see the green lip here. Look at that, securely, then release, handle up, release the tow ball, then you've got a safety cable, handbrake, jockey wheel handle, 13 pin plug, which does your exterior lights as you'll see around the van, and your 12 volts to the fridge if your car is wired correctly, and your ACC, like so when you get to the car. It will go through a cycle, like so, and go solid or flashing green. Here we have your gas locker, where you have your bulkhead regulator, obviously storage, 2 holders for 2 6 kg propane gas bottles. Around the other side you have your Truma water pump inlet, one for the tank, one for the directly to the tap. This one here is directly to the tap, and this one fills the tank. Then we have your battery locker, where you have your battery tray, battery strap to hold the battery into place, 2 terminals, live and neutral obviously, which goes onto the battery, 240 mains inlet, and your power touch isolation key. Towards the back we have your 2 waste outlets which connect to your Wastemaster. Obviously all your wastewater goes into the Wastemaster. Then you have your filler point here for your toilet flush, which you fill up with water and toilet chemical, and then which then empties into the toilet cassette, which you can take out empty, like so. You can see all the lights working, high level, number plate lights, and side lights. Now inside the van. Inside the van, above the door, you have your main control panel, where you'll press the power button like so. Once pressing the power button, if that doesn't work, you want to go over here to your main consumer unit in this cupboard up here and press your shutdown. Your shutdown button turns all 12 volt power on and off in the van. So when you're not using it, they recommend you turn it off to obviously stop any lost voltage in your battery, and obviously then when you are using it, turn it back on. Also on here you have your main RCD. When you get to the mains, I recommend you press the test button on your RCD just to make sure your RCD does trip. 3 MCBs, obviously what they're for there. 12 volt fuses, also what they're for. And then you have your charger and heating and hot water. Charger, when on mains, charge the battery, and heating and hot water, obviously that needs to be on when you use your heating and hot water on the Audi panel over there. Also on the panel you have your view levels here, so you can view the levels of your tank and your battery. Then down here we have a button here for your running light. So on here, water pump and fill tank. So you want to make sure first that your drain off valves there and there are facing in the horizontal down position, and your valve here to make sure it's on the correct setting you want it on. So at the minute we're using it directly from the tank, but if you change it this way, you're going to be using the water straight from the barrel into the tap. So then you press your pump button like so, and then you open your tap, and obviously you're feeding water straight from the aqua roll, and obviously you want to get all the air out of the system for your pump to be calibrated, and obviously your pump to cut in and out when using and not using the water pump. So then you go on your bathroom tap, do the same thing, hot to cold, get all the air out of the system, and same with the shower. And then once all the air is out, your pump will turn on and off as it should when it's calibrated. To fill the tank, you want that valve here facing in the down position like so, and then you want to click fill tank. Obviously it won't fill now because obviously your tank is full and it's not on the right inlet on the outside of the van. Now over to here we have your Audi system, where let's turn it off and on. You turn it on, you let it go through its menu settings, and here you have your main, to show you you've got mains in the van. It's circulating around the van, internal temperature and outside temperature. So you press menu, you've got internal temperature where you set it to what you want, water is on, and then obviously that focuses more on hot water, setting of 1 to 3 kilowatt, then gas on and off, or both. And to turn off, just press the power button. Across from me here we have your Thetford oven with an electric ring, which you got 1 to 6. Once on, your obviously heat ring will get hot. Then gas, you want to hold it in like so while pressing the igniter. Same with the grill. Then obviously off again, and then same with the oven. Then turn it all off, just turn back into the off position like so. Then we have your domestic fridge, where you turn on like so. You have 3 settings. Gas, so obviously once you've got gas on the van, it'll start ticking, then it'll ignite. Then you've got mains, obviously once on mains, obviously it will power itself on mains, and then 12 volt, your car will need to be connected and wired up correctly and will only maintain temperature already in the van. And to turn off, just hold power button like so, and turns off the fridge. In the bathroom we have your Thetford toilet with an additional toilet flush. When ready, press the flush button like so, empties all the fluid and the water into the toilet. Then you open your flap here, which opens the door, which empties into the toilet cassette. And obviously the door needs to be closed for the toilet cassette to be able to come out. Also, on the van you have an sergeant alarm, so you press 1 to arm, and obviously there with your PIR, detects any movements, obviously will set the alarm off. Then 2 to disarm the alarm. Also have your book pack with various information about the van in, which will stay in the van. Then we have your winterisation sheet, shows you how to correctly winterise the caravan ready for the winter period to prevent any frost damage to the van, which frost damage isn't covered by our warranty. And obviously it also shows you what we do cover and what we don't, and obviously explains that it is only a back to base warranty, so the van has to come back here for any warranty repairs to be done. Now demonstrate the motor mover. On this van you have a power touch motor mover, so you want to engage it by turning the isolation switch, turning on the isolation switch like so. Then you want to power on the power touch handset. Then you want to hold the centre button and that one there to engage all motors to the wheel. The handset will be going through a cycle, and obviously we need to wait until that cycle is complete before using the mover. When it's finished its cycle, you are now ready to use the mover, so you take the handbrake off and you can move forward, backwards, front to me, front away from me, and obviously on the back as well. Once done, always apply the handbrake, then hold the centre on the opposite button here to disengage the wheel to the mover, and it will go through its cycle, and then when it's completed the cycle you may disconnect the mover. When it's finished its cycle, you can turn off the handset and turn off the isolation switch like so.